don't we just get sick of being irritated? Don't we get sick of like feeling deprived or feeling rushed? Don't we get sick of that? So what's the solution? And I think like if we ask ourselves this and be more introspective, like I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm trying to be frustrated. So what can I do to like balance things out? Maybe, saying no. I'm glad you said that, because it will be a time this week that you have to say no to a lot of things.
With this full moon, it's opposing Scorpio. Scorpio figures out the issue. Scorpios can walk into a room, there's a bunch of people sitting around a table going, we should do this or we should do this, and they're arguing. They're like, what's going on? And the Scorpio's like that. They're like that right there, like do that, and everyone's like, where? Oh, but then now what? Like now you got to get everybody on board to do it. And then you have this moon in Taurus, which is like manifesting things and making the changes.
Yeah.
You have a chance right now to cut things out of your life that you don't want to see here when we get into Taurus season in April.
100%. That's right. Eric always jokes. He's like, there's always something with astrology that's going wrong. He always says, in that way, because he doesn't know so much about it. And I say, well, it's just not so much going wrong, just telling you what the challenges are, but it's the duality to the challenge, and so just as, I always say there's duality to our character. Someone can be sensitive and be sensitive where they're empathetic, or sensitive where they take everything personally, right? And so we can find the dual nature between the essences of what the astrology is. So I always find it as an opportunity to say, that's where I'm upgrading. If there's strife and irritation, like, that's where I'm upgrading my life. And so we should look at these astrological currents, not as far as like, it's retrograde. People always blame retrograde. It's going to go crazy. Well, I always say retrograde tells me where I'm spreading myself too thin, and tells me when I need to slow down. And so we understand how to ride that wave and that current. Boy, do we just soar.
Yeah. And you see everyone around you kind of struggling, fighting against the current, because you're right. It's not really good or bad energy. It's more like challenging or less challenging. And usually the challenging energy is where you get the biggest leap forward if you can overcome it.
Right. Does it sound cheesy? Does it sound self-righteous when I say every time something bad happens, I'm like, something good is about to come out of this? Does that sound? Because that's how I always see it. I've told to somebody else, and like, you don't do that. I'm like, I do though. I do that. I do think that way. Yeah. So I would want people to make that to be their norm too. Yeah.